Hi, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Tina, but if you're not new, welcome back to the second episode. I'm so happy that you're here. So for this episode, we are going to be talking about girly topics, and then I'm going to be also doing my makeup. So if you want to go also get your makeup bag and do your makeup with me, we could have a little makeup session, a girly talk session. But if you're not doing your makeup, go grab some water, go grab a snack, get comfortable, do what you need to do. Come back and we'll get started. So, before I recorded this episode, I posted a Q&A thing on Instagram asking what topics you guys wanted to talk about, and then I also posted on my TikTok to see what you guys wanted to talk about today, and there are some kind of juicy topics that you guys requested, and I'm very excited to get started. The first topic that we're going to talk about is stories that I've experienced before. Honestly, there's a lot of stories that I've experienced before, but there's a really funny one that I I've seen the questions and I thought about it before I made this video. So, the story that I wanted to tell you guys about is how do I even describe it? I don't even know how to describe it, so I'm just going to tell you guys a story. But this happened when I think I was in either 7th or 8th grade of middle school. And my middle school made us change for gym class. I swear all the girlies in my middle school were they had cherries and they had peaches. They were puberty hit them so much more than I felt like they hit me, and I felt so freaking insecure about my body when I was in middle school. My mom is very blessed with her body. My mom got nice cherries and peaches and curves, and I was not. I think I have my dad's body, honestly. With that saying, I took one of my mom's bras one day. When I used to live with my parents' house, I usually folded their clothes, my family's clothes. And so when I was folding my mom's clothes, I took one of my mom's bras and I decided that I was going to wear it to school one day. So with that, when I decided to take my mom's bra, I stuffed it with freaking paper tissues. If you know where I'm going, then yeah, that's what I did. I stuffed it with paper tissues, and I thought that was such a brilliant idea for some reason. I think it was just my middle school mind. But then after I stuffed it, I also wore those strapped, what are they called? Those just tank top, the spaghetti strap tank top. I wore that over it. So, and then I would wear my school uniform that my middle school would make us wear. So I went to school that day and I changed, but the first time that I changed into my gym clothes, nothing happened. But it was what happened after gym class. So, after gym class, I changed back into uniform. And we're gonna name the girl, what are we gonna name her? We're gonna name her Fall. So, me and Fall, we know each other because we have some classes together, but we're not really friends, or yeah, I would say we were mutuals, but we were not friends. She knew of me, I knew of her. We didn't talk, we just had gym together and a couple other classes together. When I was changing back into my uniform after gym class, Fall comes up to me. She was like, "Why is your bra stuffed?" And I was very, very confused. I was just trying to play it off I was confused, but at the same time I was confused because I thought the tank top was covering my mom's bra and all the stuffing that I did. So I was like, "What are you talking about? What are you talking, what the heck is going on? Why are you saying that I'm stuffing my bra?" And then she points at my shirt, and then she pulls out the paper tissue. She literally pulls it out, and she was like, "You stuffed your bra with paper tissues. I could see it. It's obvious." And luckily, when she said this or came up to me, not everybody heard. Of course some people heard that were around me, but not the whole locker room heard, because if it was that, I would be so freaking embarrassed. Like, I would be embarrassed. And what sucked is that my middle school was so like prone to like start drama. Like, there was always drama going on, and I don't know why. I think everybody was just wanting to get into drama and start something. So yeah. So after Fall told me about everything, and like after she pulled out the freaking piece of paper tissue from the freaking bra, I like swear I like ran out of the locker room so fast. Like, I changed and then like ran out the locker room so fast. And I don't know if she like told anybody else, because nobody talked about it. Like, nobody said anything to me afterwards. Like, the day went by fine, I guess. But it really shocked me, because at that time, Fall, she was like known to be in like drama. Like, she was known because, not to put her on the spot or anything, but she had a lot of like problems with her best friend about the guy that she was with, because apparently the guy that she was with liked her best friend. Wholly different story. But yeah, that was one of like the most like embarrassing things that ever happened to me in like middle school that I experienced. Honestly, I'm so freaking embarrassed about telling you guys this. Like, you guys are gonna freaking like judge the heck out of me. Like, I already know it. Like, you guys are probably listening to this episode and it's like, what is this girl on? The second topic that you guys wanted to hear about was my journey as a believer of Christ. So I grew up mostly Catholic. My whole family is Catholic. My mom was Buddhist before she met my dad, but after they got married, my mom became full Catholic. With my family being like full Catholic, I basically grew up in a Catholic church. Like, I got baptized when I was like a little girl, like newborn, like 2 months, 4 months. I don't know when, but I was baptized as a little girl. And then I did like first communion, like the classes for it to like take the bread. And then when I got old enough, my mom signed me up for youth group that was also at the Catholic church. I don't know if I mentioned, but my parents are like Asian, like super Asian, like ridiculously Asian. So we did go to a Vietnamese church. Besides the youth group that my mom put me into, she also put me in so many other like groups at that church. Like, I would altar serve at like during church hours. If you know what that is, then you know. After like certain Sundays, there was like a Viet class that I would help teach, and like I only did it because my mom made me, and it was because it was associated with the church. So anything that had to do with the church, I was a part of. And my family is very known at that church, so are my siblings, because we all contribute to the church in some way. And I never minded. Like, I definitely liked my time there, but it was very exhausting because we wouldn't go home until like 7-8 o'clock at night every freaking Sunday, because either my mom was contributing to something, or my dad, or me, or my siblings. Sometimes I hated it, and at that time I really didn't know God like that. Like, I really didn't know who he was. I kind of just went to a Catholic church and called it a day. When I met my boyfriend, he told me that he was a Christian, and I didn't have any problem with that. Like, I always thought like, oh, if you believe in God, that's the main point. And my parents didn't mind it either. Like, when I told my parents about my boyfriend, they did ask me if he believed in God or went to church and stuff like that. I told them that he was a Christian and they didn't mind at all, so it was okay. I didn't start going to a Christian church until I moved in with my boyfriend because he went to a Christian church, and you're probably like, oh, why didn't you take him to a Catholic church? And honestly, I don't really agree to certain things that Catholic churches have, and that is a whole different story. Don't agree to certain things or certain sayings that Catholic churches have. I told my parents this when I started telling them that I was going to a Christian church, and they didn't mind it at all. Like, they also said the same thing to me, like, just as long as you still go to church and believe in God, that's what's most important. And when I started going to church with my boyfriend, I wasn't the biggest believer. Like, even when I went to the same church with my parents, like, I was not the biggest believer. Like, that trend that's going around TikTok and Instagram, like, I knew God, but I didn't know God. Like, I didn't know who he was, what he could do, like his power, the amazing things that he's done. Like, I didn't know any of it. Like, I didn't know the story of God. Like, I didn't know the Bible had so many amazing testimonies about him. Like, I didn't know him at all. To this day, I'm still growing my journey with him. I'm still learning as I go. I'm not perfect, but I could say that I've definitely learned a lot. Like, I've definitely grown a lot from what I could say from like last year or the years before that. Like, I can definitely say faith has gotten a lot stronger and a lot better than it has previously. So if you feel like you're in also that area where you feel like your faith isn't as strong, like, keep working on it. Like, God says, like, when you're a follower of his, it takes time, it takes patience, it takes a lot of sacrifices and will and gut. And that's something that I also had to learn, is that it takes a lot of time, will and gut. And I'm still learning to be patient with him and stuff like that. But, like, it just takes patience and a lot of it, and eventually you'll get there also. I'm still growing in my faith, and there's still a lot of work that I still need to do. There's been a lot of things in my journey with God that I can say that I'm very proud of. Some things that I can say that I'm very proud about is getting baptized. I'll kind of insert a video up here. I'm also very proud that I have been starting reading my Bible lately. Like, I've been very, like, passionate about reading my Bible and, like, just learning about it. And, like, that's something that I also wanted to help you guys do. Like I said, like, I wanted this podcast to also be a Bible friendly podcast where we can read our Bibles together. We can do Bible studies and stuff like that and talk about the Bible, because I know some of y'all out there are having a hard time reading your Bibles just as I was, and I want to help if I can, so that we all learn together. The next topic is Barbie. So, I don't really know about what to talk about Barbie, but all I can say is, like, my parents never ever bought me like a Barbie doll growing up. So, I don't know anything about Barbie besides watching Barbie Life in the Dream House. That was literally one of my favorite shows growing up. Like, I used to watch it nonstop. And talking about Barbie, who was gonna, like, announce that Raquel, like, I might be wrong, like, tell me if I'm wrong, but the last thing I heard about her was that she was freaking Asian and she's Korean. My girl's Korean? I didn't know that. But yeah, I loved watching Barbie growing up, and I thought her toys, like her doll toys, were so cute, and I couldn't get any. It really made me sad. But I also had to keep in mind that my parents are not the richest. I would say my family is middle class, so I like understood when like at the time I did not, but I definitely understood more and more growing up why my parents said no to certain things, because they had other things to take care of, like food and clothes and shelter for me and my siblings. And yeah, but I love Barbie. I still watch Barbie to this day. I literally watch, like, I know all of like the Barbie old school like movies. Like, I think one of my favorite has to be it's her and another character where they like switch worlds. I can't remember the name of it, but one, like, it's Barbie as a princess, and then there's another Barbie princess, but she's in like a blue dress. I need to like look it up. I'll like insert like a photo here when I freaking find it. But if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. I love Miss Barbie. Am I wrong? Because I felt like the whole show, Barbie Life in the Dream House, I swear all her friends were white, and like she was so put together through the whole show, which was kind of crazy for me. And she was mad rich. Like her little mansion that she had in that one episode where they went on like a camping trip, freaking like van to her camping trip, had her like mansion inside it. I don't know if that makes sense. Hygiene will always be number one. Yes, I totally agree with this. I very, very. Oh, that was very loud. I forgot that I'm recording with a microphone. You guys can hear like everything. But I love hygiene. I love being clean, and I love smelling clean. I found this new hygiene line. Is it a line? I think it's a line or a company. I don't know what to call it, but I found it at Target. I'm gonna go get it so I can show it to you guys. But they, like, their product smells so good, and this one specific scent that I have, chef's kiss. So let me go get it real fast. When I tell you this scent smells so freaking good, I really mean it. I have literally the whole collection of this scent. So I think the brand, let me show like an actual good one. I think the brand name is French or something Frenchy, being Frenchy, being something like that. Like, it's at Target. And this is the scent Joy and Bliss. This is their body wash. I also have their body lotion and their, what is this one? This one is their body and hair radiance oil. I also have glow on perfume oil, and then I have their regular hair, body, and linen mist. Best scent. I also like, I can't remember what it's called, but I think their lavender scent is really as well. I've gotten compliments from my girly pops at work what I'm using. Literally, chef's kiss. Go buy it. It's a little bit taxy, but it's so worth it. I totally suggest getting it. How about hygiene? I really totally agree with like the whole like shower, like the whole reset shower where you spend like an hour in the shower type of shower. Like, I totally agree with that. Like, us girlies, we need at least one day out of the week where we do a full-on shower, like hair mask, like body scrub, shaving, or I personally wax, but shaving, if you shave, like all that pajazz. Like, I totally believe that whole thing. Like, who doesn't? So this one is very touchy for me. I don't know if I did say, but I was very insecure of my body growing up. I felt like I didn't blossom like other girls did. I felt like I didn't hit puberty, and to this day I still struggle with self-love. And I mean, I've gotten better with it. It's not what it was before, but it's definitely not where I wanted, of course. Like, we all kind of struggle with something, and self-love is kind of just something that I'm still kind of learning on. What I've have learned to do when I am feeling like down on myself is just doing things that make me feel better, if it's like hygiene shopping or reading a book or taking myself out or dressing up and doing my makeup, like certain things like that really has helped me, like remind myself that I am beautiful, I am loved, God thinks you're beautiful, God loves you. My boyfriend, whenever I talk down on myself, he's very right up in my face. I'm like, why are you saying that? Like, you are beautiful. And he always reminds me that I'm beautiful, and I love him for that. Like, he has helped me love my body and realize that I am beautiful. It's a very sensitive topic for most people, and it's definitely one for me because I grew up struggling with my body, and I grew up very small and scrawny and skinny, and when people would kind of just bring it out that, oh, you're so small, you're so skinny, like, I wish I was you, I looked at it as like a very negative way because I always had a hard time gaining weight. I never reached 100 pounds when I was in middle school or high school. And then just recently, like not too long ago, like I want to say like a couple months ago was when I finally got to 100 pounds. And now I'm over 100 pounds. Like I'm around like 105-ish, and I'm still trying to gain weight. It makes me happy that I'm gaining weight, but it also kind of sucks because I'm trying to gain weight because I also reminisce about the bullying that happened when I wasn't 100 pounds. Like, my boyfriend has definitely noticed that I've gained weight. My friends, one of my best friends, she's also noticed that I gained weight from my posts on Instagram, and I've clearly noticed that I've gained weight because I don't fit the clothes that I used to wear anymore. Another thing that has helped me with my self-love is reading my Bible. Whenever I feel down on myself, I always look up like Bible verses that talks about self-love and women, and there's so many scriptures in the Bible where God is telling you how he wants you to be as a godly woman, things that he wants you to be like as a righteousness woman, like, and I'm trying to live like that. And I have also realized to stop living or having my expectations of what a woman is or how a woman should look like or what to wear or anything that society has said or has put a standard on. I try not to look at it because the standards of society is there's a very fine line of it. Like, there's so many things that society has put out there when it comes to being a woman, like, and I just didn't accept it anymore. And I also stopped accepting what other people had to say about me, which I know is hard. Like, I know that's a very hard thing to do, but I realized more and more later on, like, I am not living for this world anymore. As a woman of Christ, like, one of the biggest thing is not living for the world anymore and living for God. So I really put that into everything that I do. Withdraw from friendships and relationships. I don't know how many times I've gone through withdrawal with friendships. I honestly think I am one of the worst persons when it comes to friendships because, one, I don't know how to make friends. I don't have a lot of friends. One of my closest friends lives freaking like an hour and a half away from me. We catch up once in a while, but we also do have our own lives, so we don't really talk much, but I enjoy very much talking to her. I love you, Riley. With previous friendships, I've learned that people come and go, especially with friendships. Like, people are either in your life for a lesson or they're there forever with you. I had a lot of good friends growing up, but we all kind of just gone our own way, and that's totally fine. Like, I have no harsh feelings about that. I have acquaintance now that I had drama with in middle school, and we catch up once in a while. Like, I have learned to not hold grudges when it comes to losing friends or losing relationships with people, because there's always better to come. I've met a lot of wonderful people, strong, beautiful women throughout the years. I've lost a lot of friendships with many beautiful, talented women over the years, and it's just the process of life. But something with friendships that I did learn over the years is that if somebody is making you feel uncomfortable while you're in a friendship, or peer pressuring you to doing something that you don't like doing, or if you're hanging out with them and they're making you stress, or honestly any negative thoughts or attitude or anything negative when it comes to a friendship, is a red flag. And I had many friendships where I didn't realize that, and when I did realize it, it was way too far, and it hurt me in a way, and I know it definitely hurted them in a way. But at the end of the day, you meet new people, you meet new friends, and you lose friends as you go with it. It's kind of just the way of just people, I would guess. But I also believe that the right people will come at the right time, and my time is in the hands of God. So whoever God decides to put into my life, as in friendship wise, then he shall, and whoever he decides to remove from my life for the goodness of me, he shall. Relationship wise, I don't know what to say. The advice that I can give is that if a person that you're in a relationship is leaving you, let them leave. I know it's hard and I know it's painful, but when you hold on to somebody that has decided fully, like 100%, to leave, let them leave. Like, there is no point of trying to convince them to stay when they have already put it their mind to something like that. And when that time comes, just let them go. The self-care part of that, the self-love that comes after that, I know it's gonna be hard. Like, it's hard to heal to something like that, and I've definitely gone through it, but it's definitely been a very long time since I've gone through it, because I have a wonderful boyfriend. It's gonna take a while to heal, but it's okay. Like, it's okay to grieve, it's okay to cry, it's okay to feel sad letting them go, but it's also not okay to not get help when you do feel down. So anybody out there that is having a hard time letting a friend or a partner go, like, just know that I am here for you, and that I love you, and God loves you, and I am always here if you want to message me about anything. Like, we can always talk one-on-one, but like I said, it's not okay to feel down and very upset and feel hurt and not get the help that you receive, because I believe that everybody needs help at some point. It's just, when do you ask for it, you know? So the last topic for today is trying to rekindle your own identity after a breakup. This one is a very, how I say, I don't know what the word for it, but there's a lot of ways to answer this question. And for me personally, with my past relationships, it took me a very long time to learn how to accept the fact that this person has gone out of my life and just left. But something that I've always tried to understand, that it's not your fault. It's something that it's gonna be okay. Like I said in the beginning, like, people come and go for a reason, and if they left, or if you left them, it's for a reason. It's probably for a good reason. And like I also say, God puts people and takes people out of your life, and it's like a process of life. One thing that I could say that I am still trying to learn is to forgive yourself. It works in every situation, but honestly for this one, I think forgiving yourself is probably one of the biggest things. Another thing that I believe that can help is surrounding yourself by people that you love and doing things that you love, like removing yourself out of the situation or anything that reminds you of the situation. Focusing on yourself, like focusing on your self-care and your self-love, like those are like the two most important things that I feel like that can help you get back on your feet, is just doing things that you still love to do and redoing it even though you're going through this journey. Also realizing that everything's gonna be okay. Like, you are not gonna stay in this situation for a long time. Like, you are not gonna be in this feeling for a long time. And if you feel like you are, like I said, like, it's not okay to not ask for help. Like, I know it's hard asking for help, but I'm always here if you ever need me. Like, I'm always open. Like, all my socials are on public, so if you ever wanted to message me, like, go ahead. A breakup is a journey. It's a very long, stressful journey, and it's gonna take time and patience, and you just gotta remember that it's gonna be okay. And like, even if you don't feel like you're supported or have a support system, like, find someone that can like sharpen you. Like, find someone that can be by your side and like nag at you when you're upset or when you're down, to like get back up and do better. Like, everybody needs a friend that can do that, and I'm always happy to be that friend if you guys ever need it. So I'm gonna go do my hair real fast, and then I'll be right back, and we'll kind of end the episode real fast with, of course, our prayer. Hair's done, makeup's done. I just want to end this video with a prayer again. So for my girlies that are not in their process of walking with Christ, I want to skip this video or this chunk video, go ahead. But if you are interested in your walk with Christ and want to stay for the prayer, I encourage you that you do. So let's start praying. Dear Heavenly Father, I just want to say thank you for helping me film another successful video today. I pray that to whoever's listening, you continue to bless them with all the good things that you do. I pray that whoever's listening and is in darkness, they find light. I pray that those who are in problems that they feel like they can't fix themselves, I pray that they leave it on your feet, because I know that you can solve any problem in this world. I pray that those who have negative thoughts, you remove those thoughts from them, because the devil comes in many shape and form, and I know that those negative thoughts are not from you. I pray that who's ever watching this continues to have a wonderful, blessed morning, day, afternoon, night, whenever you're watching this. I just want to say thank you for watching this in the first place. I also pray that those who are hungry, they are fed. Those who are naked are clothed. I pray that everybody in this world gets to meet you and know you and just be able to praise you. I just pray that everybody will get a chance to hear your word and see your good doings. I just want to say thank you for providing for me and helping me through my own challenges. I just pray that you continue to help me and wake me up each morning, because you still see a purpose in me. And I also pray that you also wake those around me and everyone in this world, or those who are watching, that you also wake them up every morning, because you still see a purpose in them. I'm thankful that you are here with us in this presence of this video. I want to say thank you for loving us. A reminder, I love you, God loves you, and in Jesus' name I pray. That's the end of it, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in for episode 2. Stay tuned for next episode, where we talk about more fun things. Again, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!